Hey rock stars, how you doing? My name is Tiffany Roth and welcome to this week's episode of Tiffany Talks. So the topic of today's show is what the heck is the metaverse and how is it going to impact your life? So this show was created so that everyday people can have extraordinary lives. And there's some things going on in the world today that are definitely going to have a massive impact on all of us. So do you guys remember when, okay, it depends. Like I remember when Facebook first came out. Do you guys remember? Let me get the light popping and get the chat flowing for you guys. Boom. And get the live chat. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I remember when Facebook first came out and everyone was so excited and they were meeting with new friends and they were chatting and getting to know each other. And it was awesome. And it actually got developed by Mark Zuckerberg. And, he said that one of the things that made it sort of the concept explode was it was at college and which girls were hot and which girls were not, right? And everybody was interested in this sort of social conversation that they could watch but not necessarily be a part of. And then from there, so many other apps and social networks were born. Number one being YouTube. Okay, so I remember when YouTube first came out, I was like, why in the heck would everybody tune in just to see ordinary people do stuff? I remember having this thought, right? And look what has happened now. YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world. People are on YouTube more than they are on regular TV. So now what's next is the metaverse. What is a metaverse exactly? Okay. So, it's basically a virtual reality world, right? It's a virtual world that we get to live in and we get to experience it, but not really be there. Okay, do you know what I mean? So how many of you guys, I see you guys checking in and I want you to answer this question. Would you live in a world where you could live in your forever youthful form? Like, so you could always be young and cute and full of energy. Would you live in a virtual world like that? So that's the first question that I want you guys to answer. I see you guys checking in. And I was thinking about that because, technology and consumerism, there's so much that goes into our image, our perception, how we look. There's billions of dollars being spent on the beauty industry, on health and fitness. So what if you could actually just be exactly how you wanted to be in the virtual world and experience that world simultaneously with your real life? Would you do it? That's the first question. So basically, so what Mark Zuckerberg said for the metaverse is it's going to be a platform where you can simulate your presence, you can meet people, you can share experiences, so you'll have this whole nother kind of life in virtual reality. Now, it seems crazy right now, but listen, you guys, after the pandemic, we are already being accustomed to being at home, connecting on Zoom, going to live concerts. People are going to the movies. They're doing all these different things at home and having these experiences, these sort of shared experiences on Zoom. So we have been prepped for this, you guys. We're prepped for this. So would you guys do it? Would you guys have like an avatar that exists that you can be whoever you want to be, right? So that's kind of exciting. You can be whoever you want to be in this sort of virtual world. And, people are already doing that. So like, instead of going to the movies, what do? You watch it at home, right? Instead of going to concerts, what do? You listen to it at home. So I started to think about this concept and I really wanted to dive in. Is this something that is relevant for us in our time? So I searched the internet to find the best definition of the metaverse, right? But I forgot to write down who actually said it. And we're going to break this down, like what the metaverse is. The metaverse is, let me read this because I have a note right here and I don't want to get it wrong. The metaverse is a massively scaled and interoperable network of real-time rendered 3D virtual worlds. Okay, so it's a massively scaled. So they're saying that the metaverse is going to take birthplace of the internet, right? So do you know how big the internet is? It's like huge, and it's actually impacted all of our lives. So that's what the next step is planned to be for the metaverse. So a massively scaled and interoperable, which means it's that we can be operating within the metaverse, and real-time rendered 3D virtual worlds, which can be experienced synchronously and persistently by effective unlimited number of uses within the individual sense, oh my God, of present and continuous use of data. Okay, so let me say that again, right? So it's going to be a 3D virtual world which can be experienced synchronously and persistently. So at the same time, everything working together by an effectively unlimited number of users with an individual sense of presence. So all of these users that are on there, just like we are now, will have an avatar presence on the metaverse. So like whoever you want your avatar to be, that is giving you continuous data such as your identity will remain the same, your history, right? Oh my God, your entitlements, and then objects of communication and payments, you guys. And it's a space where you can live out your virtual experiences. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but they're already selling real estate on the metaverse. Real estate is being sold on the metaverse. So where you get to live, what you get to do, your entitlements is happening right now. So, you know, I used to be of the mindset like, oh my God, like technology is totally taking over. We're not going to get to be in our real spaces, real people. But here's the thing. You can either resist it, right? Or you can get with it because it's happening, and it's been happening on a global scale. So will it impact our lives? I believe it definitely will. It will impact how we interact with one another. It'll impact our socialization. But they've been at this for a really long time, you guys. They've been at this for a really long time. So the concept existed for the first time in 1992 by someone called Neil Stephenson, who wrote a novel called Snow Crash. And this was where the 3D world was populated by avatars that look like us. So, you know, in this novel, so again, as I always teach my people in the Mindset Makeover, as I think, so shall I be, right? Your thoughts are the first evidence of what is possible for the future, right? So somebody thought this up and they actually implemented it by writing it down in a novel, right? And the second, after somebody got the information from that thought of the book, The Snow Crash, Linden Lab created another sort of like metaverse universe. It wasn't that, it was called Second Life. Okay, it was called Second Life. And this is another virtual space where brands actually invested in this space so that, you know, people could go there and shop and interact, but it didn't really get off the ground. It didn't really get off the ground in the same way that the metaverse is today. So, question, 2020, there was a report that came out that by 2030, nearly 23.5 million people will be on the metaverse or at some point of virtual reality or augmented reality. This is what's coming, and they'll be in the form of meetings, concerts, gatherings, things like that. So I want you guys, I want your opinion on this so we get to have a conversation. I know you guys are like quietly listening out there, but what do you think about the metaverse? What do you think about living in a world that's simultaneous with our world, where you have an avatar out there interacting, meeting people, going to work, shopping, going to concerts, and it's you, but not really you, right? So, you know, a lot of us are, I know I'm going to speak for myself. It's like, it seems kind of strange, but intriguing at the same time. Like, who would I be if I could be an altered personality? What would I look like? What would I do? So that if you could be something different, do something different, and look differently, like how would that play out in your virtual reality world? So I think there's a lot of people that would be intrigued by that, and there's a lot of people who are going to be turned off by that, right? So let's see. Essence White says she really doesn't like it, right? And you know what? I get it. I was like, when the internet came and like, you know, the cell phones, and like we tell our kids, get off the phone, get off the iPad, blah, blah, blah. And we cannot like it. But we can't stop it, right? We can't just stop it. And you know, they're saying, like, what is the Sharita saying? She would try it. She has tried. It went away. she's tried, the comment doesn't stay there that long, but she's tried it with avatars. And you guys, gaming is one of the biggest industries in the world, and that's where people go and they become like an avatar and they play these games. Unfortunately, they're really violent, right? But they play these games and they just love it. Like, I never really got into gaming, but I did a Tiffany Talks with Christine, and we talked about gaming, and it's huge. There's so many people that get to be in this sort of virtual 3D experience, and they love it. Like, they get just like sort of sucked in. So the question of the day is like, would you be comfortable having sort of a second life in the metaverse? Because the metaverse is something that's coming, you guys. It's coming. Would you be comfortable having a second life? All right, so that brings me to the fact of how do we stay current? So Anne said she played a game virtually and it was fun. So yeah, it can be fun, you guys. Like, when at first I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But then I was like, wow, like, people entertain the concept of being like forever young, forever fit, or maybe be another personality. Like, if you're a woman, what would it be like to be a man, right? If you're a man, what would it look like to be another ethnicity, or, you know, vice versa? You kind of get to have these experiences. Now, the only thing is that what we do is like, it would be our responsibility to create a world that doesn't have all the same negativity that we have in our world. Is that possible? I don't know. It depends on who's actually being present and active in the metaverse, right? So we've opened it up to some questions, and I want to kind of give my feedback on the metaverse. I went into Nordstrom the other day, and I saw that there were already these glasses out where you could put them on, like, you know, we can put the glasses on and you can walk around and you can film your experience, and it can be downloaded like on Instagram or something like that. I was like, what? And they are by, I don't know, they're by Meta, but they're a product of Facebook. There's another name. And I was like, I want those, right? So the thing that technology does, it allows us to have the same experiences, but it limits our labor towards doing it. So normally if I wanted to share something with someone, I have to take a camera and upload it, or like I'd have to have the right lighting. And now with these glasses on, say if I wanted to go on vacation and share this with you guys, I put these glasses on and everything that I see, you guys would be able to see. And that's like dope, right? That's really incredible. So when we resist technology, we're also resisting new experiences. And I always say that, you know, in order to level up, we get to be open to new experiences. And, you know, even everything's changed. Everything has changed, especially during this pandemic. The way we date, the way we interact, the way we have movies. I'm even having an online retreat. Now, I remember when I had my first retreat, I was like, no way, I'm not doing it online. It can't happen. But after having so many successful online experiences, I said, you know what? People want to feel safe in their own home, but they still want to be connected. They still want to go out and do different stuff and have new experiences, and they are going to do it online. So they're willing to do it online. So my closing thought would be today is, who would you be in a 3D reality? Who would you be in a 3D reality? And what would you risk in order to have that experience? Right? What would you risk in order to have that experience? So if you guys are watching that, think about those, type it in the chat. And I do want to say to you, like, you can be in resistance, okay? But this is happening. So you get to start to open your eyes to the metaverse and see how you're going to integrate that into your life. Do you want to be a first mover? In other words, someone who gets in ahead of technology and really understands it and can get the advantage of being there first? Or do you want to come in with the rest of the crowd saying, oh, what's going on? What's happening? I mean, it's already going on. So my take on is I want to dive in and figure this whole thing out, because I think it's going to be the future. That's why I decided to do the video, because this show is created for everyday people to have extraordinary lives. And in order for us to have extraordinary lives, we get to be up with the times, you guys. So I think I am in and down for the metaverse, checking it out, seeing what it's all about. There's a lot of controversy out there of the impact that it's going to have on our psychology, on our eyesight. And so we get to dive in and figure that out. You know, does it work for us? Does it not work for us? But to stick our head in the sand and pretend like it's not happening is not honest, right? It's not true. So that's it, you guys. I'm signing off. Let me see who's here. You guys check in so I can give you a shout out for tuning in for Tiffany Talks. I want to see who's here and shout your names out, and thank you guys for being here. If you think that this show was helpful or informative, please share it with a friend who has questions about the metaverse, and please remember to subscribe and hit notify. Okay, so Ty is in the house. Hey Ty, how are you? I love it that my rock stars are here. You guys, you know, Robin is in the house. I have an online gym where, again, hello, like I was one of the first people to do an online gym. When I was doing it, people were saying, what are you doing? All right, Caroline is in the house. Hi, Caroline. And I did this online gym, like, I don't know, 11 years ago, before it was popular at all. But now I get to have this integrated group of raw stars who are actually on the, like Wendy, right, and Margarita, yes, that I get to know on a deeper level because of technology, you guys, because we have this online gym. So the raw stars are here. That's right. Hey, Ann. And we are able to really connect, learn from each other, level up, create unified experiences on a daily basis. Hey, Aurora. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, she said she made a whole video adding about what is a metaverse reality. Well, hopefully this answered some of your questions. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Oh my God, Jody, yes, you're a subscriber from the start. I love it. I love it, Jody. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, if you guys have any other questions, you can type them in the chat. I'll let you know what I've found out so far. There's going to be more to come. We'll follow up on that. And I want to try like the virtual reality glasses. I want to try the things from Nordstrom. So, you know, yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, because that's where I do a lot of stories, on Facebook and things like that. Hey, Richard. Hey, Caramel King. All right, you guys, I love you. Signing out. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.